On a small section of West Lisbon Avenue in the heart of Milwaukee's struggling Washington Park neighborhood, Dave Boucher operates a small coffee shop and bakery called Amaranth Cafe. We caught up with Dave as he was closing the cafe for the day.
I was hatched in Binghamton, New York. I was raised in Vermont. When I was looking at that next step after my master's, Milwaukee came into view. The West Side found me through housing. And so the house in this neighborhood, the Villa Urig, came on the market about the time that I was looking for a house. I also took a part-time position as a neighborhood strategic planning coordinator. I was now on the West Side, both from an employment standpoint and also housing standpoint. I guess I just turned the tables, and by the time I moved to this neighborhood, I was one of few remaining Anglos, whites in the community. I was a Vermonter in Washington Park.
Dave has become a voice in the neighborhood. His purchase of the buildings around Amaranth Cafe has provided stability to the small section of Lisbon Avenue. The area has since attracted a local artist, a nonprofit youth group centered on the arts, and a new chocolatier, creating an unexpected vision for the area.
I've been asked before, what's my vision for Lisbon Ave? I don't have one, beyond supporting folks that want to work in a setting like this.
The setting on Lisbon Avenue hasn't always been appealing for new businesses, but that's changing. Across the street from Amaranth Cafe, the studio of local ceramic artist Munir Baouden provides an example of how Dave's focus on neighborhood relationships addresses problems and creates opportunities.
It was not an easy here for some of the years. The building across the street was a flop house. All sorts of nonsense went on in there, and it came to a head quite a few years ago with a woman being killed. And then Munir, we started talking. We'd be sitting here, that was about 2 years after we opened, where I said, well, what about that building? And he thought, well, that's a really small space, but I might be able to make it work. He did, and he has. And thank goodness, because he's just the sort of person that has the ability to take stuff on. You know, if it wasn't for Munir, would we have a nice private art studio across the street? Probably not, but that was not necessarily my vision for the place. That was Munir's vision.
I'd love to have large commissions, but I do workshops right now, and people come in, they make a tile, and then I set these tiles into fence posts like the ones across the street. I have them write a vision of what they want for this community or wherever they're at. Then they roll them up, and then I purchase the posts, chisel out the post, bore the holes, and stick their visions, inside the post, and then cover it up and grout it with the tiles. And I'm also looking at it like a spiritual battery for the community, especially if the people in the community did it. They reinforced themselves by coming by and said, I did that tile.
It's about, again, those relationships that you build over time. It's in encouraging and supporting others to do good things and do the things that they do well.
Dave and Munir's relationship is just one example of the importance of human connections in accomplishing the shared goal of a stronger community. The focus on shared talents and shared responsibilities builds opportunities for both individuals and the Washington Park community.
These are just flames burning in your fireplace. I hear your voice.